Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Oh, man. Hello. Can you guys see me? Sorry. Sorry that I'm late. What is that I hear? Oh, man. Hello. Can you guys see me? Sorry. Sorry that I'm late. What is that I hear? Oh, man. Hello. Can you guys see me? Wow. Sorry. Sorry that I'm late. What is that I hear? Oh, man. Hello. Can you guys see me? I know I'm live, whoever wrote that. It's just, oh, man. I know I'm live, whoever wrote that. It's just, All right. Is that better? All right. What's up, guys? Now I'm here to answer your questions. And there's like, all right, what's up, guys? I can hear myself back, and I'm trying to eliminate that. And if I keep hearing myself back, I'm gonna have to cut this off because I don't know what the issue is. Because I can't work like this. Questions. And there's like, all right, what's up, guys? I can hear myself back, and I'm trying to eliminate that. And if I keep hearing myself back, I'm gonna have to cut this off. Because I don't know what the issue is. I wasn't doing this the other day, so I can't work like this. Let me see if I go right here if this will help. Jeez, Louise, that is driving me crazy. Okay, so what's up? All right, someone's asking, what is the best e-commerce platform for a beginner? I would say that is either Teespring or Spreadshirt. You get to get your feet wet and, putting stuff out to see what's popping. And it's free. Those platforms are all free, unless you're paying for your advertising. That's a whole different subject. Mad Trucker, I've got a shirt you want to print. Okay, great. How about Gear Bubble? Is that working? I never heard of Gear Bubble, so I can't give you any information on that. Do you provide those services? What services are you referring to, Mad Trucker? How do I get people to go from zero, that's dope, to see what 10 shirts today? EA Street 1980. I don't understand your question. Please reword it in a way that I can understand. I don't know what you're asking. King's Play. What's your take on using Fiverr to find designers? Fiverr's cool to find designers when you're just starting out. They're cheap. A lot of the designers aren't that good, but my thing is when you go to Fiverr, look and see what designs they already have done and get a version of something that they already have done. All right? That way they can't screw it up. If you try to give them ideas, I want it like this, like that, chances are they're going to screw it up. And anytime you give anyone an idea to do a graphic, you always have to give them reference. You don't just tell stuff out of your mind, because what you imagine in your mind, it's extremely hard for someone else to get. Only you know what you see in your mind. So you have to give them reference to something that looks similar to it. For selecting colors for designers, would you recommend using a Pantone book? You can use a Pantone book, but Pantones are only for if you're trying to match colors with someone else who's going to be doing something. Meaning, if you want your red to match another red, like if they're going to print for you, they need to know what the red looks like exactly. So it's only for printers and stuff. It's not for you. You can make whatever color you want. Pantone is only when you're trying to get someone else on the same page. Because red, all this stuff it's an interpretation. What red is in your eye is different from someone else's. But when you use a Pantone color, it's like irrefutable. Okay? How do I get people to go from that's a dope shirt to buying shirts? I still don't understand that. How do I get people to form that? I don't know what you're saying, my brother. I found the same thing out of typographics. Too much detail and it comes back iffy. Yeah, exactly. Mad Trucker. I'm a good designer. Okay. Is that a question? Gotcha. Thanks for answering. You're welcome. All right, let me blow this up because I'm getting old and it's hard for me to see. I need to go get my glasses. Um, how can I build a solid email listing subscription to get marketing out for you? Kelton Sneak Seattle. Okay. You can get some. See, are you talking about for your t-shirt company? If you're talking about for your t-shirt company, you can give an incentive, meaning I'm doing a contest. Join my email list and you can get a free t-shirt. Or you want to do something that's called a pop-up. That means when people come to your site after 10 seconds or so, pop-up comes up and says, get on my email list to find out about sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, 20, sales and stuff like that. You always want to give people an incentive. All right? Okay, Mad Trucker, comment, not a question. You're a good designer. Well, I'm very proud of you. So send me over some of your stuff. Mad Trucker, I do not print. I've made that very, very clear. I don't print. But on my website, I tell you places where you can print. I am an information giver. I'm a facilitator. I point people in the right directions, right? And I sell information. That's what I do. Oh, how do you do a pop-up? I don't know what website you're using, right? But like if you're using WordPress or Wix or whomever, you just simply put in that name and go pop up. A pop up for Wix, a pop up for WordPress. You do a Google search and you write pop up, and then it'll be like it'll show you different places, and you can get the plugin. You can do it yourself, or you can go to a place like Fiverr or Upwork, and you can make a job. Look for people who do pop ups for you. You pay them a couple of dollars, and they'll make a pop up for you. Champion Chuck, how many designs would you recommend to start a t-shirt line on your website? 5. And 5 might be pushing it. 3 to 5. In time, great fan of your videos. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is all for you guys. My clothing line designs are on Instagram, Royal Rain Clothing. All right, email me that link to Gary at TshirtHelpDesk.com for Royal Rain Clothing. At Royal Rain Clothing. Yeah, email me that link, please, and thank you. What brand of screen printing press can you recommend? Krishna Bay. I do not recommend screen printing ever, unless you're already a screen printer. If you look at my last live stream, I talked about that. And I was an owner of a screen printing company. I don't recommend it. That's just me. If you've never done screen printing before, leave it to the screen printers. I don't recommend it ever under any circumstances. Ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever, never. Hope is that clear to you? Should I leave my GoDaddy store for Shopify? Absolutely 100% yes. Shopify is the best, one of the best, if not the best way to have an e-commerce store, period, bar none. Is there any way of showing to press hoodies in a sweatshirt? Also did a family reunion job. Had trouble with sergeants like, okay. I mean, I can show how to do that, but for something like that, there's a special kind of platen that you use. All right, I suggest you look this up, Slide Breezy. Hoodie press platen. Okay, platen. Hoodie press platen. It's a special way where you can, like this hoodie right here, you can push the zipper thing down and get a nice flat press. All right, hoodie platen for screen printing, or I don't know if you're using a heat press or if you're screen printing. If you're screen printing, either way, you want to get a hoodie press, or you want to figure out how to jerry rig your press. You can slice it or something where the press is, so you can get a nice press, or you can cut your press in half. I mean, you can cut your, if you're doing a custom custom heat transfer, take a pair of scissors and cut it in half and lay them both on two sides and then press it down. How can you buy my book? Oh man, there's a link below. Go to TshirtHelpDesk.com, guys. Go to TshirtHelpDesk.com. And guys, I gotta tell you, I haven't eaten all day today, so I'm a little on edge. If you can't tell, I'm a little on edge because I haven't eaten today. So yeah, you just go to my, I mean, it's right there. It's the easiest thing to do. Go to my site and you just go click and you buy it. It's an ebook. Easy as pie. Mike DeJean, American Apparel or Gildan. I don't recommend American Apparel anymore, so I'm going to say Gildan. You use DTG. Is that cool? DTG is awesome. DTG is great. I love DTG. I mean, is that cool? Of course that's cool. I mean, so for Kelton Sneak Seattle, when you say is that cool, what do you mean? Of course it's cool. I mean, you're printing t-shirts. And sorry I was late guys, today. I was having some technical difficulties in the beginning, but everything seems to be better now. Let's see if there's any questions I missed. But the point of this one is that I wanted to tell you guys about promoting your t-shirt, because I know that a lot of you guys are having issues, and promoting your t-shirt t-shirt companies can be very hard, okay? And one of the things that you guys want to really start to understand is, number one, who your target audience is and what are you trying to do, okay? Are you trying to do, I break it up into line and niche, all right? If you're trying to t-shirt line, first and foremost, you have to figure out who's your core target audience, who's your line for. And with niche, you just have to get that in front of the people who like it, all right? Now, number one is you guys have to learn how to do Facebook ads and Instagram ads, all right? And using Instagram, okay? It's the number one place right now. And also, you have to learn, if you're doing any type of, if you're in a niche, you have to learn how you can promote your stuff on other people's websites, okay? And there you can go to a company called buysellads.com and try to figure out what type of, let's just say you guys are into the bodybuilding stuff and you have shirts that go back to bodybuilding. Well, there's lots of people who have websites about bodybuilding. You might want to put an ad on there, and you can go to a website called Buy Sell Ads, okay? But once again, you guys have to learn how to make ads. You have to learn how to write copy. You have to learn how to at least find a photographer to make your ad look good. It's not easy. So let me get back to some of these questions here. Mike, great book, by the way. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What is a good price for a t-shirt where it's not cheap, costly? You're trying to find it for money. Now, when you say a good price for a t-shirt, are you talking about buying it wholesale or a good price to sell it for? All right. Okay, you guys got to be real specific, because a good price could be like $2 or $3 at wholesale, and you're selling it for $20 or $19 or $24. So be specific, sir. I just need some marketing know-how or something to where I can get people to buy my shirts. All right, EA Streetswear, I was just telling you about that, okay? You've got to find out who your core target audience is. And you've got to start to put your stuff in their faces on places like Instagram, places like Facebook, and find out what websites the people go to that are similar to your core target audience and put ads on those websites. Kelton Sneak Seattle. I don't give that information. The game is to be sold, not to be told. But if you go to my website, there is a link called Heat Transfers, and I have a list there that you can procure. It's Gary, a mad trucker. It's Gary at TshirtHelpDesk.com. Just GARY at TshirtHelpDesk.com. Got a gig for some t-shirt. Any pointers on getting with Shopify? Shopify, I'm doing a course on Shopify real soon, probably in the new year because I'm going away. And I'll do the course when I go away, and I'll give you all that stuff. But in terms of Shopify, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have your artwork and you have pictures of it, or if you have it as pings, you can just put them on a t-shirt, and you can make a Shopify website in a half an hour to an hour. Depends on how you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have good photograph. I can't stress enough if you're making a website how important good, professional, or at least professional looking photographs are. You cannot beat it. I mean, personally, it depends on EA Streetwear 1980. You're asking what's a good price for Spreadshirt. Now, this is the deal. It depends on your core target audience. I say that going the between $19 to $40 for a T-shirt, depending. I say the average is between $19.99 and $24.99. That's a good price for a T-shirt. If you are doing something that's really like high end, you're looking for a high end customer, I would say $39.99 at the most. Unless you're doing something really, really crazy and you have celebrities and all this stuff, then you can go up there. But in general, just selling online. And plus, once you go over that, people don't like giving that much money online. You have to do more convincing. So I would say a good price is $19.99 to $24.99 in general. If you're going higher end, you have a certain type of thing, you want a higher, echelon of people, then go up to $39.99. But that's like rare. There is a company that used to be, I don't know if they're still there, in Canada called Wordans. If you want to do print on demand like Spreadshirt in Canada, Wordans. That's WORDANS. Wordans.com. Am I still reviewing new t-shirt startups? Yes, I am. But I only review them if I feel that they're, good. Well, I only do a video. You can get, you can go on my site and you can purchase a critique, but I only just do them when I feel like it's good and I feel like the people can learn something from them. Because if it's not good and I give you a bad review, I don't think you want a bad review that's going to go out to like thousands of people, So I only review stuff if I like it, and that's the people who I'll put on, because I'm not going to rip anybody to shreds on the internet. That's not what I do. D Hill, vinyl versus heat transfers. I'm not a big fan of vinyl. It works depending on what you're doing, but I prefer custom heat transfers. How to get the streets in urban stores? I don't understand that question, 161. I don't get it. I don't understand how to get the streets in urban stores. I don't get it. Could you reword that? True. Okay. What product is offered to customers? Where is the product offered geographically and specifically? Who? Krishna Bay, I don't business. What product is offered to the customers? Where is the product offered? Who is the? I don't understand. Is that a question or a statement? I mean, I see question marks, but I don't get it. Any other cheaper DTGs in India? I have no idea. What's the price of DTGs in India? How do I get t-shirts in stores? Okay. You get your t-shirts in stores by making your t-shirts hot and selling a lot of t-shirts. That's number one before you even go to a store. But if you really want to go to a store at that point, you simply have to contact the store and make an appointment and go in with your t-shirts and say, hey, that's it. I mean, it's really just that simple. All right. Now, if you do that, I suggest you have a line sheet and have a nice presentation and give a presentation and have a catalog and style numbers and all that stuff. There's something to that. And that's all in my book, Start a T-Shirt Business or Die Trying. I have an entire section called Getting Your Stuff in Store. So if you want to get my book, Start a T-Shirt Business or Die Trying, links in the description box. How many colors per shirt do you recommend start with the t-shirt line? Good question, Champion Chuck. I think that one or two at the most, like black and then white or black and then red, because black is the number one selling color of t-shirts by leaps and bounds by far. Okay. You can have a white version and a black version, a blue, and it's also, it just depends on how your line is geared, and your line could have something where blue is not a good color, or you use a lot of bright colors, But 1 to 2, maybe 3 at the most, especially when you're first starting out. When you're first starting out, you want your stuff to be small as possible, and you don't want a lot of colors, unless you only have one design, and you do your design in a whole bunch of colors. That makes your line bigger. But the more designs you have, the less colors in the beginning, because you have something called Chinese food menu syndrome, all right, which is all these different things. And when people have too many choices, it weirds them out on a psychological level, and they wind up not making any choice. So you want to give people nice, you don't want too many. You really don't want too. You don't want to give people too many choices. What is the best heat transfers for prints? If you're talking about custom heat transfers, I strongly suggest you go get my list and you go through the companies and you get them to send you samples, and then you print yourself and you see, because this is all relative. What I think is dope, you could think is whack. Everything is relative. So I can't tell you what's the best. I can tell you what I think is the best. All right. And I don't tell that information. So it's all relative. Have I heard of a digital heat effect system, and what are my thoughts? No, I have not heard of digital heat effect system. I have heard of digital heat transfers, but I don't know exactly what that is. Okay. Sir, there's a lot of Chinese printing methods. Are they, I don't know what that word is, I don't know what you're saying. And in terms of Chinese printing methods, I have no idea what you're referring to. Have you heard of Okay, I answered that one. Just tune in now. Just want to say thank you for all your videos, bro. Give very good advice and love them. From the UK. Well, thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your comment. And this stuff is all for you, man. I do this stuff all for you guys. Can you print high density on heat transfers? As I know of, no. James Ruffin, no high density on heat transfers that I know of. But I suggest that I think it could be done because it has to do with the way that they make the silk screen. They put a lot of the emollient, the emulsion on it, and there's a certain way to do it to get high density. So you would have to call one of those places and be like, can you make a special order for me and work it out with them? But I think it can be done, but I don't know if anyone offers it. It may be a special order, but that's a real good question. Sorry, Reliable. Now I have to go all the way back up. Oh, Reliable Print. I don't know about any Chinese printing. Sorry. So in time, I couldn't answer that question. I'm about to finish graphic design school and I'm ready to start a t-shirt company. Do you recommend a local manufacturer to go with? Krishna Bay, I don't know where you are, so I don't know what's local. Go has a price, and I don't internationally. I don't know where you are, so I can't recommend it. I can't recommend anything if I don't know where you are. Tell me where you are, and maybe I can. Okay, digital. No, I have not heard of that, Larry Hughes. But if you have any more information on that, please email me at gary@TshirtHelpDesk.com. I might can do a video on it. Hello from Australia. Who's hitting me? Austria. Eat simple food. Shout out to Austria. Thank you very much for watching. Houston, Texas. Okay. Once for Krishna Bay, I can't tell you that. You're going to have to do a local search and look that up. I'm not familiar with anything in Houston, but congratulations on getting out of design school. My friends and families don't buy from my website. It even has PayPal. Carlos Long, friends and family can be the biggest haters on the planet. All right? Look up hater in the dictionary. It'll be a picture of your cousin like this. Don't ever rely on friends and family, ever, for anything, you know. They could buy your stuff and they give you a false sense of your stuff is hot and it's really whack because you're just being nice. Or they could be haters. So put your stuff out to the people. I don't even tell my family that I even do this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Family can be. I'm not saying that they are. They can be haters. Just to let you know. Regarding marketing, have you ever ran a social media contest to generate buzz? Wondering if it's worth a while. For example, getting people to share. Yes, I have run a contest before, and it is worth your while. The problem is that sometimes people are just joining or liking or doing whatever because they want something for free. So you might not have an authentic, real person that's into you, but you're still broadening your horizons. So it works. You know what I'm saying? It definitely works. Do you offer a course on how to use Adobe Illustrator? Why, of course I do. Of course, and I advertise it all the time. How could you miss that? If you go in the link, you're going to see, you can go to TshirtHelpDesk.teachable.com. There's a link in the description box. And I teach Illustrator, Basic and Advanced, and I teach Photoshop, Basic and Advanced. Of course I do. And it's damn good, too. Yeah, so getting back to what I was saying before I go, I'm not going to be in here that long. Promoting your t-shirt line. Facebook ads. And you could do Facebook ads. And see, this is the deal. When you guys think of the term ads, you get all weirded out because you think about like the Super Bowl where stuff is like $5 and $6 million for 30 seconds. No, you can run a Facebook ad for $5, $10, $15. As a matter of fact, if you go to my you guys gotta go to my podcast. It's a podcast of a gentleman, Henry from RBGTs. He spends $15 a day on Facebook ads, and he's killing them right now. You understand? And we talked about that on the show. Just $15 a day. You know what I'm saying? Now your stuff's got to be good. That's the thing. The common denominator of all this stuff is your stuff has to be good. If you advertise, garbage in, garbage out. No disrespect. I don't know what your line looks like, but you gotta pay a little bit for advertising, and you gotta have a definite social media campaign. Social media is the new SEO. Just to let you guys know. Okay. Read the Hall. Facebook ads as low as $3 a day. She runs them all the time. See, you guys can hit her up. I believe it says Retha Hall. She runs Facebook ads for $3 a day. You guys think it's expensive. It's not expensive, man. And when you do Facebook ads, you can also click and run that same ad or a separate ad on Instagram by itself. And if your stuff is not on Instagram, you might as well just go sit down. You just have to do that. Is there anything we need to be aware of when dealing with designers for our ideas? All right. Okay. Now, this is the deal. What you need to be aware of in terms of stealing is this. I'm going to tell you guys, and I say this in my book. Don't worry about people stealing your designs. If your design is good, somebody's going to steal it. That's life. Get over it. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. The only thing that you can do is possibly copyright, not trademark. Copyright your stuff. All right. And if the person is big enough, you could possibly sue them or send them cease and desist. But lawyers are so expensive that depending on it, now if it's a huge company, a lawyer is going to take that case for free. If it's some small rinky-dink company, you're going to spend more trying to get them to stop stealing your stuff than they actually made. All right, so people are going to steal your stuff. But I will say this, make sure that the person who you're working with understands that you own your stuff, that just because they're designing it, a lot of them think that they own it. Just make sure that you get it in writing. If you design for me, it's for me and I own it. That's you have to know. But in terms of people stealing your stuff, welcome to the real world, guys. If your stuff is dope, people are going to steal it. It's a part of life. Get over it. Hey man, okay, let me go back and see who I've missed. Enroll in your photo course bundle that gives me access to a list, heat transfer list. No, that doesn't give you access to the heat transfer list. Now, did I say that? I don't think I did. I think if you get some other stuff, you get the heat transfer list, but not the Photoshop and Illustrator course. But if I did say that, just email me that I said that, where I said it, and I'll give it to you. It's not a big deal. Is there anything okay. I have built my own 2-color printing press, and your videos help out a great deal. Thank you very much. How do I get contracting companies? How do you go about contracting companies for samples? Samples of what? I don't know what you want, my brother. You say you have your own printing press and you want samples. Samples of what? Be specific. Hey man, I started printing shirts and had no intention to sell. Looking for options. Do I really need to use t-shirt fulfillment service? Trey Avalon. I don't really understand. I have started selling prints and had no intentions to sell. However, I'm looking at my options. That's up to you. If you want to use a fulfillment service, that's up to you. So I don't really know. Are you selling t-shirts yet? If you can print yourself, then just print yourself until it gets enough to you really want to use a fulfillment service. 6 months ago, I didn't know anything about designing. Your YouTube videos helped me a great deal. A few cool designs from Nefertiti to Marcus Garvey. Thanks from Seattle. You are quite welcome, sir. I love to hear stories like that. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm glad to be of assistance to you, sir. Kelton, I believe that's sir. Yes. Meltius Amiable. What would be the best manufacturing route for a t-shirt line where the concept is to release designs over a period of time instead of one at a time? I don't know. I have no problem telling you I don't know, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what, if you're releasing them one at a time or a little bit at a time. I don't know what printing would have to do with that. I'm trying to piece it together in my mind, but it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, anyway, before I go, lovely, beautiful people, Instagram is the new SEO, all right? So you have to be on Instagram, and you have to be on social media, and you have to learn how to advertise, and you have to keep your line consistent with your core target audience. All of this is in my book, Start a T-Shirt Business or Die Trying. One of the things I notice is sometimes you guys want to, you just want to sell T-shirts, so you'll put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And when you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing no one. So the smaller the group of people you're targeting, actually, the better. Do you know the cheapest heat transfer company? They're all pretty much in the same, good night in time. They're all pretty much the same in terms of pricing. They're all pretty much pricing. Dang, snubbed twice. They're pretty much the same in pricing, just to let you know. I don't want to snub anybody. Ultra Blue Studios, I didn't see your question. I'm not hating. Sorry, but I'm wondering if any experience of DTG, digital solvent transfer, pros and cons. Okay, all right, now I can see your question. Digital solvent transfers, I have no idea what that is. DTGs, I do have experience, and I love DTGs, all right? DTGs are, if you have the money, a DTG machine is your best option, especially for you guys who are just starting out. But you need at least, unless you're going to buy a used one, which I don't recommend, because if they break down, I don't know if you really know how to fix them. And, there's a warranty, and it could be a big deal. But if you have 15 to 18 to maybe 25, 30 grand to drop on a DTG machine, I say do that. But this is the deal. Don't buy a DTG machine until you're making at least 10, 20, 30 sales a day. Otherwise, it's you want your DTG, unless you're going to use it to do your sales and you're going to print for other people. But a DTG is magnificent. I love them. In fact, very soon, I'm partnering up with a DTG company, and we're going to be presenting a lot of stuff to you guys. All right? So DTGs are fantastic. I do know of Gary V. I've seen some of his stuff, and Instagram and Facebook. He's not the only one who talks about it. Everybody talks about it. You gotta rock with it. Wondering your thoughts on scaling and Insta and Facebook. I don't know what you mean by scaling. When I think of scaling, is when you start small and when it works, you scale up. So I don't know what you mean by scaling. Um, yeah. So I'm just waiting for a couple more questions, and that's it. Guys, sorry about the beginning. Like, it was really giving me some problems. And wow, I've been here for 45 minutes. It was really giving me some problems, and it was just going through it. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions before I go, do you know Marley Charlie in you tune? She is very good as you. Marley Charlie. I think I heard of her. I think I heard of Marley Charlie. I think I saw some of her stuff the other day, and she is good. What I meant to say was, what are the biggest advantages to using a t-shirt? Disadvantages. The biggest disadvantage to using a t-shirt fulfillment company is this. Your margins are going to be much lower, okay? Because I really don't think you can get a t-shirt done on any of these things for less than $8 to $11, depending on which blank you choose. And if you print yourself, you could do something for as little as like $3, $4, $5. So your margins are going to be less, meaning you're going to make less money, all right? But you have less headache because you don't have to do anything. Also, you don't have all of the options to put all of your bells and whistles, like the certain tags and certain, some of them actually do, like Print Aura, you can put your label in the back neck, but your hang tags and certain things, you have less options. But the biggest disadvantage to fulfillment centers is you make less money in the short term. But you could be making more money long term because time is money. All right, and with fulfillment centers, you don't have to do anything. They print, they ship, they can put a label in, they can put your invoice in, they do everything for you. So it just depends. So to me, that's the biggest disadvantage. Why are you keep avoiding my question? I don't know what your question is. I don't see everything, dog. Sarush Javadi. Like, you guys, come on now, man. Y'all gonna have to chill with all that. I don't know what your question is. Maybe if you put it again, I'll see it. I don't see everything. This thing keeps scrolling, all right? Another thing, guys, like sometimes, because I get this sometimes, like when something is wrong, sometimes it could be your fault, not mine, or the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't always blame the person. Pro World. Yeah, Lee Bissell. Yeah, Pro World, they're good. They're good. Say something for Indian fan. Hi, Indian fan. Can you respond to my question at 4:49? Can you just re-put the question? I'm not going to 4:49. Scaling equals growing. Of course, that's what I mean, growing. But I mean, if you're posting anything that you do to scale is scaling. So there's not one way to scale. So that doesn't really make sense. Um, Hello from Armenia. What's good, Armenia? Thanks for awesome talk and dedication. Do you recommend working with Teespring of this kind of sites? Teespring is only good for, they call it, it's only good for short runs. Like, you put something out and you advertise it and you just make your money right then. It's not good for starting a t-shirt line. It's good for niche tees, like, I'm a proud nurse, or things like that. What they call it. What's the name? Crowdfunding. They put a bunch of stuff out, and it said it's good to start with. That's like I said in the beginning. It's good as a starter. It's good as a starter. Great help. Thank you, Trey Avalon. You're very welcome. D Hill, how can you weed out bad transfers or low quality companies? Very simple. You get my list, all right, and then you on the list you simply contact them, everybody, and you say, "Can I have samples, please? A sample pack," and they'll send it to you right in the mail. And then you take them, you on a T-shirt, and I say put a whole bunch of them on one T-shirt. And then you simply test it. And then you throw it in the washing machine and you wash it a few times. And then the best ones, and then you write down or you take a picture of which ones are which. And you figure out, oh, I like this company. Oh, I don't like that one. That's it. You just got to put in some sweat equity and get in there and do some work and make that happen. Because that's your choice. All right? What's good to me might be sucky to you. What's sucky to you might be horrible to me. Lee Bissell, thanks. Appreciate you doing what you're doing. Well, you're welcome, Lee Bissell. No problem. That's what I'm here for. Have you used CADWorks? No, I have not. 9 kids, very limiting budget. Hey, man, that's life. Got to pull it out sometimes, man. You just gotta, grind it out. That's just what life is, man. Everything I ever did, nobody gave it to me. I had to go hustle. That's what it's all about, baby. You got to hustle out here because ain't nobody going to give you Nathaniel. What's the best blanks to print on that have a good balance of shirt quality and low price per shirt? Okay, I'm going to recommend that you rock with a couple of companies. Number one is don't go to American Apparel. In 2017, I'm going to get heavy into all of this stuff. American Apparel is all right, but there are other things. I'm going to say go to Bella Canvas. They're a good one. Bella Canvas, Delta Apparel, StarTapparel.com, TSC. T is in Tom, S is in Sam, C is in Catch.com or TSC Apparel. Go to them. They have some really cool stuff for really good prices. You're welcome, D Hill. TC9 something. If you learn Illustrator, is it necessary to learn Photoshop? It depends. There are 2 different programs that both do artwork, but they work in 2 different ways. One is you're working with vectors. The other one's you're working with photos. If you do a lot of stuff with photos, learn Photoshop as well. I know them both. So, you want to, you should. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you don't ever work with photos, then, whatever. But if you need to use photos, then learn Photoshop as well. It doesn't hurt to learn. The more you know, the more rock solid you're going to be just in general. So, don't shoot yourself in the foot. I'm not even going to answer that. AA has gone. Bust, hasn't it? AA has gone. I don't even know what you're talking about. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. You're very welcome. Say offer a shirt design in several different colors on your site. Is it best from SE view several different pages for each different color variant? No. First of all, I told you guys before, I don't think you should have too many colors for any one design, and you want to put everything in one space. If you have a bunch of colors, you want to put them all on the same sales page. You don't want to put them on different pages because I wouldn't want. Who wants to click through all of that? No, keep them all on one page. Inkscape is a great free vector package. If you want to do that. American Apparel. American Apparel is still here. American Apparel got bought by Gildan. Gildan bought American Apparel, so they're not going anywhere. They're just going to be a division of Gildan. Just in case you guys know, like the CEO and all that stuff, they sold the company to Gildan. Now I don't know what Gildan's going to do with it, but that's a pretty big name, and Gildan's not stupid. So that's just another way for them to make more money. So Gildan owns American Apparel, in case you guys didn't know. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Okay, cheers. Bust in Europe, close all stores here. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, they weren't. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happened, but they might be back. You never know. They're going to restructure with Gildan. How can I go about promoting my brand? Oh man, you're gonna have to go. I talked a lot about that. You're gonna have to watch the replay of this. If I even put it up, I might not even put this replay up. I use Next Level. That there with Gildan. I use Next Level. Is that up there with Gildan? Okay. When you guys say up there with Gildan and stuff, go and buy a sample, right? And feel the sample. Feel how it feels. Try it on. Put them on your, people that you think would like your t-shirts, and then see what it looks like. Because every t-shirt blank is a little bit different. It fits different. You might be, if you're a guy who's like built, you might want it to fit a certain way. If you're skinny, you might want it to fit a certain way. I can't tell you what t-shirt blank company to use, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all on you and what you feel. You might like them thick. You might like them thin. You might like them rough. You might like them soft. That's something for you. And the quality is pretty comparable. You know what I mean? You just have to see. What I think is dope, you might, I've gone through it a couple of times. Desmond Abrams, thanks for everything you do, bro. You are very, very welcome, sir. I love to give you guys this information. So anyway, guys, I think I'm about to wrap this up. And next time I come, I guess I'm going to come with a little bit, I'm going to come not hungry. That's number one. But I'm going to come and give you guys a little bit more ism. All right. Make sure you go to TshirtHelpDesk.com. Make sure you check out the T-Shirt Help Desk podcast. TshirtHelpDeskPodcast.com. Make sure you go to TshirtHelpDesk.teachable.com for courses. Learn Illustrator and Photoshop. I got some really, really, really cool stuff coming, and I appreciate all you guys, man. And before I go, is there any last thank you in time? Any final questions? Because I'm about to wrap it up. Okay, man, trucker, email me and I'll take a look at your stuff. All right, guys. Until we meet again. Oh, wait, what is that? Just wanted to say, can you purchase single t-shirt blanks on Amazon? You can purchase single t-shirt blanks at Amazon. You can purchase them on eBay. You can go to deltaapparel.com. And what's my Shopify link? Where is my Shopify link? Where is my Shopify link? My battery's about to die. Let's see if I can find that Shopify link for you guys. I can't get it. I'll email me for my Shopify link. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace and blessings.